Pandemic, burnout, corona fatigue, whatever you want to call it, it sucks, but it's about to get way better for you. By the end of this video, you'll know what symptoms you should be looking out for to know if you're suffering from this. And some of them are going to surprise you because you might not think it's affecting you, and it likely is. And my top 5 tips for feeling calm, centered, focused, even energized right now. And I got a free gift in there because I love you so much. So my clients have been using these tips for a long time and are really feeling differently. And the good news is you can kind of get that feeling right away. So let's get to it. Let's talk. First of all, what are the symptoms that, and some of them you sort of get, some of them you might not. The biggest one I would say is this feeling of weariness, tiredness, just fatigue. It kind of an internal one and an external one. So an internal tiredness, weariness, and an external. You might have both of those. Definitely some snappy behavior, feeling a little nervous, wired, and just sort of snapping at people. Maybe your frustration tolerance is lower. It takes less to sort of get you impatient and upset. You might be noticing that your drinking has increased, or your drug use has increased. We know that alcohol sales have been soaring in the United States, and addiction overdoses have also been happening at an alarming rate. So all of this is really adding up to not good things. You might notice that you're eating or sleeping more or less than you usually do. That could be happening. Definitely this negative talk in your head, and I'm going to explain why that's happening. And again, I'm going to give you a great gift later, tool later to deal with that. So, but you might be having racing thoughts, just really negative thoughts constantly. Everything seems kind of a negative, like negative, bad fairy dust is on everything. And you might be having, noticing that you're isolating more, withdrawing more from the people that your world and the people that you love or things you used to like to do. And finally, if you already had a mental health problem, such as depression or some sort of mood instability, what a lot we call bipolar often, or anxiety, you might be noticing that your symptoms are through the roof. And again, all the things I'm going to give you today are going to help with all of these things. So that's the good news. So let me just quickly say, why is this happening? Why is it so bad right now? And if it's really bad for you right now, or you are suffering, I would love, give me a comment down below. Give me a yes. Give me a, I know what you mean, sister. Whatever that is. If you are feeling it too, I hear you. We all are, but I'd love to hear from you. So you can comment below. Here's the deal. Your brain hates uncertainty, hates it more than anything. We have this ancient hardwiring, and when we are uncertain, our brain thinks we are in danger. And right now, the world is really uncertain. It's constantly changing. There's constantly new things going on. As I'm recording this right now, I'm here in the Bay Area of California in the United States, and the wildfires are burning. It's dark at 10 in the morning because there's a red glow everywhere. It looks like the apocalypse. And we have an election here in the United States, all kinds of stuff going on that is making people crazy. And then on top of that, hello, COVID-19, it's everywhere, and we can't seem to see where it's going to end. So that uncertainty is really wearing on your brain more than you realize. And what happens when we are in uncertainty, our brain will fill in the gaps. And usually with something negative, it'll jump to a negative conclusion, or it'll personalize something. And this is true. So for example, if you walked into work, if you could still do that, if you have a work you can walk into, and let's say your boss doesn't smile at you and just goes, oh, hey, and doesn't give you anything there. What happens? You start to freak out, right? I think I'm going to get fired. What's going on? Why is she mad at me? What did I do? And meanwhile, your boss had a stomach ache, that it had nothing to do with you. Or maybe you have a friend who doesn't like a photo you put it, and always comments and likes your stuff and on social media and is silent, and you can see that they've seen it, but they not comment, they're not saying anything, or to a text or an email. And again, you start to, what's going on? What did I do wrong? What's happening? You start to freak out and fill it in. Meanwhile, your friend left their phone in the car and has lost it and hasn't found it for a few hours. That's all that is. So, and again, we tend to personalize it and jump to negative things when we're uncertain. And there's a part of the brain called your locus ceruleus that actually, your LC, that tracks uncertainty in the brain. That's its whole job. Literally, we have something in our brain. That's its whole job. That's how much uncertainty means danger to our brain. And it releases, when it's activated, it releases a neurotransmitter called norepinephrine or noradrenaline, some people know it as. And this is really related to adrenaline or epinephrine. We call epinephrine usually adrenaline. You usually know that word adrenaline because it's like, oh yeah, I feel, and what do you feel? Kind of wired and on edge. It's the same with norepinephrine. It gives you that kind of feeling. And what happens once it's released, once that LC is turned on, you start to have all the same physical and behavioral responses to stress that you would have otherwise. And it's happening all the time. It's not stopping. And that is why you are exhausted. You're tired and you're snapping and you're impatient and you're not sleeping or you're eating too much. That's why all that's happening. So what do? Let's get to it. Here are my top 5 tips. And the first is starting your day with intention. What you want to do is get ahead of it. You want to start your day with a positive momentum. I say a lot, if you have a car on top of a hill and it starts to roll, do you want to stop it at the bottom of the hill or do you want to stop it at the top of the hill? It's not a trick question. Obviously, you want to stop it at the top of the hill because if you wait till the bottom, you're going to get flattened. So you really have to think about starting your day with intention. And I have a video on that, which we'll link to right below the video, so you can check that out on how to. And it teaches you how to stop negative thinking and start your day with really good momentum. So setting intention, just not much that's more important than that. And I have another video specifically on just setting intention and how to do it. But basically, you just put your feet on the floor when you get out of bed and you set an intention for what you want the next part of your day to be. I want to be happy, energized, excited. I want to be patient. I want to be loving. I want to be a really good listener. You're setting this intention to be this way, and the brain will remind you to stick in that lane, to stay in that lane. That's the good news. And the second tip is related to this in a way. It's to practice mindfulness throughout your day. And this is really just training your attention all day somewhere else. And again, I'm going to link below the video to another great video I have on practicing mindfulness and how to make it a consistent habit. So you can make it a consistent habit. It's not even that hard. But basically what you would do is you'd be checking in with yourself during the day and noticing, again, that momentum of the car. You want to notice it before it gets to the bottom. A lot of times people don't think about what they're thinking about all day. They just go through their day on autopilot. And then around 5 o'clock, they feel really crappy. And they're, I'm exhausted and I don't feel good and I'm impatient, and they're snapping at their partners and they're, yelling at their kids and whatever, or they're eating a pint of Haagen-Dazs and they're like, I just can't stop feeling this way. I can't help it. Yes, you can help it, but you need to get earlier in the day to create some momentum so you don't get to that place. And so that's the key. You don't want to wait until it's bad. You want to stay ahead of it and keep it good. And so practicing mindfulness will help you do that throughout the day. And again, I've got really great exact way to do that, and we'll link to it below the video. The third, and this is where my fabulous gift comes in, free gifts, you gotta love them, is to increase your optimism. One of the best ways to deal with uncertainty is to, and this is from the research, is to increase your optimism level. And I don't mean just be happy. That's different than optimism. It's optimism I'm using as a clinical term, and to help yourself be in a more optimistic versus pessimistic mindset. And I have a free Optimism Jumpstart Workshop. And in it, you take a test for optimism, you see where you are, and then I sort of walk you through what you can be doing depending on how you score. And you score it, the whole thing. I walk you through the whole thing. It's going to take about an hour of your time, but it's going to be a really good hour. It's a real workshop that I do. It's really me. It's really teaching. You get all the good stuff, and I'm giving it completely free right now. It's free right now because I really know that people need this, and it's one of the ways to move the needle, and it's awesome. So again, link below the video, you will find it. So please go check it out, the free Optimism Jumpstart Workshop, just for you, again, because I love you and I want to help. So number 4 is to take care of the low-hanging fruit. Take care of the low-hanging fruit. You'd be amazed how much better you can feel just by taking care of the things that are easy. And by easy, there's really 3 main things I want you to think of. What you're eating, so you want to make sure you're super hydrated during the day and that you're eating protein throughout the day. Because when our brains don't have protein, it starts to get anxious, and especially if it's starting to get dehydrated too. Those things make us start to feel more anxious. So I can't tell you how many clients I've had that I just had up their drinking of, not alcohol, their water level or their healthy fluid level, just doing that. And making sure that when they have a snack, that protein is involved somehow, piece of cheese, some handful of almonds, whatever, hard-boiled egg, whatever. You don't have to have a whole meal of it, but just making sure that that's there, and it keeps the brain feeling calmer, and you'll really see a difference. The other thing is to move your butt. I know, you got to move your butt. And I sit a lot. So I got a standing desk right now. I'm sitting at my standing desk, which just boop, pops right up. And in between things, I stand. In between clients, some clients I'm standing, some I'm sitting. I make sure that I take a break during the day. I walk around the block. Just get your butt moving. It doesn't even have to be that you have to go work out. I am saying just the more you move, the better you will feel, for sure. Tons of research on that. I'm not going to get into it here, but I don't think it comes as a shock. Limiting also with food your caffeine intake, and your, so if that's a lot of coffee, cigarettes, stimulants, nicotine's a stimulant, limiting your stimulant intake, I guess I should say. So Red Bulls, all that stuff, you get on that sort of wheel of like, well, I'm tired, so I drink these things or consume these things that make me feel more energized, but then you crash after that and you feel more tired, and it's horrible. It affects your sleep at night, so then you're more tired in the morning. It is not a good wave to be on. Much better to be drinking water or something like that, and really eating that protein throughout the day. Way better. And then, of course, your sleep. Get to bed on time. Get up on time. Try to have as good of sleep as you can. One more time, I've got a podcast on sleep, and I think we'll link to that, or maybe my blog post. We'll link to that below if you want to learn more about sleep. I'm going to take you off the YouTube platform, but you can go check out. I do a whole thing on sleep and all the best tips and everything else. So you can find it over there, and we'll direct you there. Then, last but not least, and this is probably to me the most important, is I want you to think of physical distance, not social distance. I hate that we've been calling everything social distance, I have to tell you, because really we're not trying to do that. We're trying to have social, physical distance, just right. You're physically apart from people, but you are talking to people, you're engaged with people, you are still in groups you were in, or clubs, or, going to church online, or, for people know I'm in recovery, I can go to 12-step meetings online. I want you to really think about how to engage with others. However you do it, make a point, make an appointment on the phone or on a Zoom call or whatever. Just get yourself with people, because all of this, we are social creatures, we are social animals, and withdrawing and isolating is making it worse, because your brain thinks that you're alone and you're not in a clan, and that you're in Danger, because back in the day, if we didn't have our clan around us, we would die, and we would die very quickly. So it's really important that you don't just think social media and stuff like that. I mean real connections. I'm talking about really calling people, getting on the phone, going for a walk, distancing, that's fine, but really engaging with others. So if you enjoyed this video, you need to hit the like button, please, please, please. And what I would love is for you to comment about one big struggle you are still having in your relationship or in your life, because I will absolutely answer it on a future video, and I'd love to do that. Please be sure to subscribe, because I have new videos out every single week. Every single week I have a new video out, and you, of course, don't want to miss anything. And if you know someone whose life would be made better by all this fabulousness, please share this video and let them know. And again, check out all the videos here on the side that we're linking to, and check out below the video. There's tons of great other information, and I want to keep helping you. I'm Dr. Abby Medcalf. I help people create lasting change in their relationships and create connection, ease, and love. See you soon.